Well, it is definitely fall. It's fall on the Frugal Gardener's homestead. I'm the Frugal Gardener, and today we're going to do a short video. It's basically going to be an upgrade, an update, I should say, on the box garden that I started with the cardboard boxes. It's basically a mini series of how I'm using cardboard boxes and 25-cent packs of seeds to grow foods. That's where you get the four for $1 in the heading of some of my videos. But before we start, I want to do something that I did about 4 years ago, and I think the video was pretty popular. I got like 7,000 views on that video, and that's basically taking a dishpan and growing potatoes. It worked pretty well. The difference this time, well, there's two differences. Before, originally, I did it in the spring, and now I'm starting it in the fall, which is going to be challenging because I can't grow potatoes in zone 7A in the winter. I'm in the hills of West Virginia, and the nights have been dropping down into the 40s and into the 30s. So the reason why this is different is because I'm going to grow this indoors. I have a utility room, which I did not have at the old house. And this time I'm using a red potato. This is the potato that I grew. So I guess there's several differences. A, I'm in a new location. B, the change of season. 3, where I'm going to actually grow this at. And 4, or D, is the fact that I'm using this guy here. The short story behind this is that all these potatoes that I grew over the summer were meant to eat, obviously, for me and my family. But because the harvest was back in, I would say, mid to late August, I'll go back and check that. But at any rate, the potatoes, a few that were on the top, were starting to spud like this. And I kept going back and forth. Should I eat it? Should I plant it? Should I eat it? Should I plant it? Well, here we are. This has eyes all over it. And now there are a lot of people that will tell you that I should cut this into about 3 different parts. But where's the fun in that? I'm going to do it exactly the same way I did the original one-pot potato planting, because it worked. I'm going to add some peat moss to this because I want to keep this soil loose. And I've already added eggshell powder. I've done at least 3 videos, I think, on this, where I process the eggshells, pulverize them, add them to the soil. So obviously this is going to go beneath the soil, and it has to stay moist and it has to stay warm. So here we go. So the main thing is to make sure that the potato is covered, make sure that it's centered, and I tell you guys all the time, make sure you have drainage. So you want loose soil, you want it covered, and again, you want the potato to be able to drain so that it doesn't rot on you. Now, just that fast, I covered it. You want it covered a couple of inches. Doesn't have to be too deep. So I covered this about maybe 2 or 3 inches. And obviously from here it's going to grow. And you guys know I like experiments. So we'll see how this goes in the winter. I've never tried this in the wintertime before. So I will keep you guys posted on how this progresses. And now we can move on to the main attraction, which is my cardboard box mini vegetable garden. There's a mouthful. So let's bring you up to date on that and reveal what's growing in box number 2. So I'm back at the Triple H, the Homestead Hideaway Hangout. And I'm about to show you guys the results so far of what I've been growing inside the boxes. If you stick around, I'm going to show you not one, but I'm going to show you what's happening with the second box. I'm up to 4 now. So that's the 4 that I was telling you that you can do 4 for $1. But I'm gonna tell you a quick story. I was at the hospital the other day, and while I was in the waiting room, this guy sitting across from me struck up a conversation, and it turns out he's just a year older than I am, and that makes him 76. And he was telling me, it just randomly came up in the conversation, that he can't bend over to tie his shoes. Can't put his shoes on, can't tie his shoes. And I don't know, that kind of stuck with me because, like I said, we're just a year apart. And then as I was driving home, it hit me that this is like the perfect guy that I'm talking about when it comes to gardening over 40, because the bending that's required and the lifting that's required is something that he can't do. So I don't know. I mean, it's just something that I would hate to be in that position, but I guess a lot of people are. So as promised, what I'm showing you guys is this is box number 2, and the one next to it that I just gave you a brief glimpse of is box number 1. So the big reveal is coming up, but there was only one person, I meant to write her name down, who actually guessed the correct answer on this. But I'll tell you why I chose this, and then I'll tell you what it is. This is cut and come again, which means that you don't just rip all this out in harvest time. It grows and you cut it, and it grows and then you cut it. You can get 3 or 4 cuttings out of this, which is one of the reasons why I chose it. Number 2 is it only takes 2 months to harvest. The cooler it is, it takes a little bit longer, but these are going to be mostly inside. Again, because it's cardboard, you're not going to leave this outside. And one of the most important things about this is a superfood, because it contains antioxidants, minerals, vitamins, vitamin A, C, K. You also get calcium, potassium, and manganese. So what is it? For those of you who have not figured this out yet, this is red Russian kale. And it's also Siberian kale. Yes, I mixed them 2 together. And the reason is because they are cold hardy. And that means basically, for those of you who don't know, that you can put these outside and they will survive usually down to about 15 degrees. I've had snow on top of these. Obviously, they weren't in this type of situation. But when it gets cold, you probably need to put some protection on them. But they are frost tolerant, cold tolerant, and like I said, you don't really have to wait a long time to grow these. And with the food situation now, with the whole thing with SNAP and the WIC and the food stamps and all that, this is something that is super, super cheap to do. This is something that I put in my house, in the sunny part of my house. I just brought this out here today, and I'm going to leave it out here. 1, because I don't want to keep hauling it back and forth. 2, because I do get quite a bit of sun in here, and it's warm enough. It's yeah, it's like a little bit above 70 degrees in here today. So that's fine. I have a couple things going in here, which I'm going to give you guys a tour later. It's been too hot for me to work in here, but I still a couple of things going that I'm in transition on. But yeah, this is mystery box number 1. There's going to be a mystery box number 5 because this series has been well received. You guys seem to be interested in this. And again, there are over 7 million seniors that have food insecurity, which means they don't have enough food. They have some food, but not enough food. So this is a really, really, really super cheap way of growing extra food without bending over, without leaving your house and being outside in the cold. So I told you guys that at the end of this video, there will be a bonus reveal. And that bonus reveal is this, which is actually box number 1. This is just getting started, I should say. And the same thing applies. It's cold hardy, down to 15 degrees. It's it contains this is also considered, I don't know, some parts of these are considered superfoods. I would not consider this a superfood, but this these white things that you see on here is from in here, which is what's left of my pulverized eggshells. Now, 2 things I want to point out about this. This was on my front step until about 15 minutes ago. And the reason is because I was told, well, the weather service forecast, my buddies again, said it was not supposed to rain. And we did get a light rain. And this is the reason why I double box these. I tell you guys over and over and over, don't leave these out in the rain. If you look real close, you can see where it's wet there. So this held up well, but I'm going to keep this in here also because I don't want to chance anything going wrong with this. Now, I said in the previous video that I was going super frugal, and the reason is because these seeds are old. If you check out, I don't know if you can see the date on this. I'll just tell you what it is. It's 12/22. Next month will be 12/25. That means that these seeds were 3 years old. So germination rate, again, for those of you who don't know, if that's the amount of seeds that are actually going to germinate when you first plant them, when they're brand new. So let's say germination rate is 95%. 95% of seeds will germinate the first year you plant them. So if you wait a year, it's going to drop to 85%. This is 75% because I waited 3 years to plant these, which is fine. And you can see what's happening here. I plant extra, and that's the reason why I plant extra, because I know that I'm only going to get about a 75% germination rate. But here's the deal. I advertise these videos as for $1 you can grow groceries, which is 25 cents per pack. But if you do this again next year, then the seeds aren't costing you anything because you paid for them already. Now, what do? I told you guys before, for those of you who know, but those of you who are here for the first time, I refrigerate my seeds. Sometimes I even freeze my seeds. So if you put these in the freezer or the refrigerator, which I did, then what's going to happen is they're going to go dormant. They'll stay longer. And then when you go to use them, you will not have to go out and buy new seeds. And there it is. There's your 4 for $1. This is what's growing. I'm growing lettuce. So that's the big reveal. for box number 1. I think I need to mark these maybe in the corner, box number 1, box number 2. So I have lettuce growing in this one, and as I already told you, red Russian kale, in Siberian kale. This is short leaf Siberian kale, by the way, in box number 2. And the takeaway from this is you can start a small garden in your house. These boxes don't take up much room. So I hope you guys are subscribed, because in the next week or so, I'm going to bring out box 3 and box 4. I'm in the process of working on box 5, and those are going to be different. One is going to be significantly different because it's something that I hadn't tried before. I had someone in the comment section that grew all kinds of stuff in boxes, and I'm going to pull that up and I'll read off to you what I believe it was a he has been growing. He's gotten way far ahead of what I've been growing in my boxes here, because I don't just use boxes. I have all this stuff that I've been telling you guys about that I'm going to be filling up in my greenhouse, but I also have containers, and I also do hydroponics. So I hope you guys subscribe, because there's a lot going on. And again, if you're having a problem with these high prices, with these groceries, this is something that you can very easily do for almost no money. And like I said, if you put these seeds away, then next year you bring them out and you're not paying anything. So the last thing I wanted to talk to you about was the soil. Now, some people will go out and they'll buy potting soil, and you'll see where it'll say indoors, and some of them will say outdoors. And the reason is because the indoor potting soil supposedly does not have those little critters in it running around, the little gnats and things that get in your house. And I used to buy indoor soil from a company called Good Dirt. I think that was the name of it. I'm not sure if they're still around or not. But at any rate, you can make your own good dirt. I also did a video on that. I've been doing videos for, well, next year will be 10 years. So it's quite a few videos. At any rate, what you basically do is put your soil on a tray and put it in the oven. And I'll dig that video up and I'll put a link to that, or I might just repost the whole video, where when you spread it out and you put the soil in the oven, you're basically killing all the bad bugs, well, killing all the bugs, period, that are in your soil. And that way you don't have to go out and buy soil. So this is it. There you have it. I thank you guys for watching and for passing this video on, especially if you know people that are on WIC or SNAP or any of these programs, and they have kids and they need the food, or if they just want to do a project, you know, with their children, or if you're a senior and you want something to do, this is a nice project you can do that is going to actually give you benefits. So I'm the Frugal Gardener. I appreciate your time. Please subscribe. Please pass this video on. And remember, when you grow your own food, you'll always know where it comes from. I will catch you guys in a few days with another new video. And I'm also going to continue this series. So I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Enjoy your day.